Day Phi Show. Good morning and welcome everyone to your house chamber. To all of you out there in the gallery and the lobby, and those viewing on cable and all social media platforms, welcome to your house chamber. I now call this fourth day regular session to order. Please let us all rise for a moment of silence. Sorry. Thank you, everyone. I now recognize the clerk to please call the roll.
Representative Fata,
Present.
Representative Don, Representative Fatal,
Present.
Representative Beneventi, Representative Angelo Komotsu,
Present.
Representative Diego Komotsu,
Present.
Representative Joel Komotsu,
Yeah.
Representative Vicente Komotsu,
Present.
Representative Castro,
Stiga.
Representative Joseph Flores,
Present.
Representative Marissa Flores,
Present.
Representative Maglonia,
Present.
Representative Vogel,
Present.
Representative Omar,
Present.
Representative Probst,
Present.
Representative Savlan,
Stiga.
Representative St. Nicholas,
Present.
Mr. Speaker,
Present.
Representative Yanktamay,
Nyangi.
Representative Yumo,
Present.
Representative Beneventi. Mr. Speaker, 19 members are present and 1 member is absent.
Thank you, clerk. With 19 members present, that constitutes a quorum to move forward. Please let the record reflect that Representative Roman Beneventi is hereby excused for today's session. Well, I would now like to call for a recess for a presentation of resolutions by Representatives JP and also Representative TJ. So Representative JP will start with you and recess.
Yeah. Wait for Scott. Good morning, Min Ki Kim, better known as Mickey. The 23rd legislature are very happy to present this House Resolution number 23-21 HS1, a House resolution to recognize Mr. Mickey Kim for his outstanding volunteerism and relentless dedication to the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. Mr. Min Ki Kim, affectionately known as Mickey, was born and raised in South Korea before relocating to Saipan with his family in the early 1990s. In 2014, he established the Saipan Adventure LLC, commonly referred as the Saipan Adventure Company, where they dedicated to providing unparalleled experiences to our customers and offering a wide array of activities under the guidance of certified professional guides such as grotto snorkeling, forbidden island hiking and snorkeling, and many other amazing adventures. Since 2012, Saipan Venture has been actively involved in community volunteer initiative aimed to preserving the natural beauty and safety of Saipan for both residents and visitors across all industry, notably act that Mickey is devotedly proud of. Throughout the years, Mickey and his highly dedicated team have selflessly exerted themselves to the community by contributing and utilizing his own resources to maintain and renovate all facilities on or around the Grotto and Forbidden Island. Furthermore, he has coordinated and participated in beach cleanups in order to preserve the pristine natural outlook of our beaches and its surrounding environment. The remarkable actions he has displayed throughout the years epitomizes and symbolizes the meaning of community devotion and sets the highest exemplary standard that all business within Commonwealth should strive to uphold. Our great Commonwealth tremendously honored and blessed with the work and dedication shown by Mickey in improving our overall quality of life within our communities. This august body is honored and privileged to commend the life of such an exceptional individual who has deeply positively impacted our Commonwealth. Mickey, we present this resolution to you. Want to say a few words?
Before I came here, I was thinking like too much, like what I'm gonna say, like if I'm just standing right here. Then actually, I forget everything, like all the words. Just want to say thank you to all my coworkers who's helping me to clean up, even though they like it or not. I had no choice. I have to, tell them to go. Then we just do everything. Even right after typhoon, we picked up all the trashes and I cut the trees and we just help, just trying to pay back to community. You know, this is not done. Like this is a study. Like I never expecting I'm gonna receive this good opportunity from the Congress and the government. I really appreciate it. And my lovely kids are here. I took them from the school. Actually, they want to go back to school right now, so I have to run after this. Um, Thanks for cheering me up always, like Congressman JP Sublan and Ed Probst and Tina Sublan. I really do appreciate it. My uncle's cat, he's the one who helped me most. And then especially Mr. Max Agun. Like I'm still learning from him. Like I cannot be like him, but from now on, I'm trying my best to clean up. I'm gonna beat him. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Come up. You guys can come up front. I love it. Yeah. Hello. Morning, everybody. All right. Good morning, Hafide, Tiro, and Konnichiwa. Before I, oh, sorry. Ohayou gozaimasu. Sorry. Before I begin and read, our resolution for formalities, on behalf of myself and the 23rd House of Representatives, I want to truly thank your organization for all the work that you do for our children in the Commonwealth. Now more than ever, we must continue to strengthen our foreign relations, especially if we want to bring in more visitors to the CNMI. And throughout the years, you guys as an organization have helped strengthen our relationship with the Japanese community. And not only that, you have given our children an opportunity to do something after school, and that keeps them out of trouble, out of the streets, and also gives them a sense of pride in what they do. So on behalf of myself and the entire House of Representatives, I want to thank you for that work. And members, if you would indulge me, I timed myself yesterday. It's a long resolution, but it should take me about 5 to 6 minutes to read this, okay? So they have a lot of accomplishments. So again, on behalf of the 23rd Northern Marianas Commonwealth Legislature, the House of Representatives, we would like to present House Resolution 2324 to recognize the Saipan Awadori team for their efforts in representing the Commonwealth in various festivities throughout the Pacific. Whereas a great community is only as great as those individuals who provide selfless service, whether through unique personal achievement or other endeavors, or simply through a mission of cultural exposure for interested individuals, both youth and adulthood alike. Whereas this legislative body represents the people of the Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands, is moved this day to pay tribute to the remarkable Saipan Awadori team as local and international ambassadors of the Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands. Whereas the Saipan Awadori team started on November 6, 2007, with members from the Coverville Elementary School, and soon after, invitations to join the team were extended to other public and private schools. Whereas in early 2008, the Coverville Youth Learning Center was designated as a practice facility for the team, and where dance workshops have been conducted for members of Saipan. Whereas considered as street dancing, Awadori is one of the largest street dance festivals in Japan, where dancers perform on the street while being accompanied by drums, odo, and sticks, kane. And whereas the Saipan Awadori team, which consists of children from the CNMI, was formed as a branch of Tokyo Tenshuren Group from Koenji, Tokyo, Japan. Whereas every year, some members of Tokyo Tenshuren come to Saipan to do a series of performances together with the Saipan Awadori team. This is the start of the Saipan Awadori Festival in 2008, held every month of April, which was temporarily stopped due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Whereas the main purpose of the Saipan Awadori team is to introduce Japanese culture and tradition through its dance and music, thus building strong relationships between Japan and Saipan to help boost tourism. Furthermore, the Awadori team is not only meant to learn dancing. Local children were also taught Japanese greetings, to be hospitable, polite, and respectful to elders and each other to learn the value of teamwork. Further, the Saipan Awadori team serves as an after-school program that intends to keep children off the streets and keep them active in a positive manner, and means to make the area street active in a cheerful manner. In 2009, the Saipan Awadori team started to incorporate a musical portion called the Hohashi, where qualified members of the team learned to play traditional instruments such as the odo, kane, flute, and snare drums. Every year since 2008, chosen members of the musicians travel to Japan and perform at different key places in Tokyo, such as Koenji Awadori Festival, which is the largest and most famous dance festival held every August from 2003 to present. They returned to Japan for a series of performances from June to August at the key places of Tokyo. and the main event of the Awadori Festival in Koenji, Tokyo in August. Thus, through these experiences, the members of the Saipan Awadori team serve as goodwill representatives to Japan. At present, the Saipan Awadori team has 30 Awadori dancers and 7 Ohai Yashi members. Throughout the years, the Saipan Awadori team performed and participated on almost all special events held on Saipan and recently in Guam. In November 2022, chosen members of the Saipan Awadori team were invited by the Japanese Association of Guam to perform at the 41st Guam Japanese Autumn Festival. In March 2003, they were invited again to Guam to perform at the 50th anniversary of the Pacific Basin Group. In 2023, they performed at the 42nd Guam Japanese Autumn Festival. Throughout their endeavors, the Saipan Awadori team has honorably and graciously represented our Commonwealth in trailblazing fashion. Throughout the festivals at which they perform, they have earned respect and admiration of all those who have had the privilege of witnessing their accomplishments. From humble beginnings as a small dance group in 2007, the Saipan Awadori team are now invited to perform on bigger and brighter stages. Our Commonwealth is tremendously honored and blessed with the work and dedication showed by the Saipan Awadori team for their resilience, determination, despite major setbacks such as the super typhoon and pandemic. And whereas this August body is honored and privileged to commend the quality of such an exceptional troop that have deeply and positively impacted our Commonwealth both in the domestic and foreign atmosphere. Whew. Again, on behalf of us, I want to also recognize Ms. Mayako Kamata, who is the founder of the Saipan Awadori. And Mr. Kensue Agasara. Agasara, is he here? He's usually the sponsor for the kids that go to Japan. So thank you very much, and coordinator Ms. Sonia Siwa for helping us organize this whole thing. So thank you again, and most especially to our kids. We are so proud of you. Thank you for all that you do and representing not only our culture but the Japanese culture. And we'll continue to support you guys any way that we can. So thank you on behalf of us. Here's the resolution. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much. We are very glad and appreciate because I'm not in Northern Marianas born, and this culture is not local culture, but you still recognize as our activities. I cannot believe we are here today. Thank you very much, all you think of us, and this is actually all Kimpachi activities. If our business is going on, our activity going on. But I need your help to give children, to give the practice place and give opportunity to performance. That's all come from you. I cannot do anything about it. So please remember, we are still asking you sometimes help, but let's work together for senior my children. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
on the community here during this session. We'll see what it comes out to be. We don't know what it is, but that's what we got. So they're about to continue going, but they said it'll be something like the first in CNMI history. Not sure what that is, but apparently it's pretty big. We already told you that there was that status that was posted by Rep. Aldan, and looking even more interesting as we get closer to it. So we're to be here to do this. Oh, look at, they're handing out those fans from the Awadori team. That's great. So that's what we're waiting for, folks. We're waiting for whatever this big news is. Again, they said it was a figurative bomb, not a literal, figurative bomb on top employees. The first in CNMI history. No idea what it is, but we're here for it, and we're going to bring that to you here. So just sit tight. We're not going anywhere. Waiting to see what this is. And it looks like I'm going to miss my third consecutive SPJ meeting because of this. They're going to hate me. It's all right. So anyway, we're going to swap this back over to you because it looks like all the legislators are starting to take their seats. Waiting for JP, Representative JP, to make his way around the table, and it looks like he is. So let's switch it back over.
Recess, we did the roll call. And we went on recess for a resolution presentation. And before we move down to item number 2, public comments, I would like to recognize the floor leader now for the suspension of rules to amend the agenda to add items that did not meet the 72 hours. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend Rule 3, Section 6, so the House amends its agenda to include unnumbered bills, resolutions, and communications not filed with the House Clerk's office 72 hours in advance when a notice for session was given and posted. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made by the floor leader to amend the agenda to add items, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Fata?
Yes.
Representative Aldan? Representative Fatal? Representative Angelo Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho?
Good.
Representative Vicente Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Castro?
Good.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Maglonia?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Good.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
Good.
Representative Sita Claus?
Yes.
Representative Yanktamay?
Our.
Representative Yumo? Representative Fatal? Representative Yumo? Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 17 members present voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With 17 members present voting yes, the motion carries. We now proceed to public comments. The podium is now open. You'll be given 5 minutes. Please try to keep your comments related to what's on the agenda today. Please state your name and the entity you represent. Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker and House members. My name is Dr. Marty Rohringer, and I am here representing CHCC. I am here to express my strong support for the Senate Bill 2337, which proposes that the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation charge Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation, CHCC, at a commercial utility rates. The adjustment would result in significant cost savings for CHCC, allowing us to better allocate resources towards critical areas of patient care and public health services. As Deputy Chief Medical Officer, I have seen firsthand the impact of our financial constraints on the quality of care that we provide. By reducing utility expenses, the funds saved could be redirected to essential programs such as public health initiatives. With additional funding, CHC could expand preventative health measures, disease control programs, and health education campaigns that would benefit the overall well-being of the community. It would also, with regards to off-island medical referral through the Health Network program, the savings could also be used to enhance our referral program, ensuring that patients requiring specialized care not available locally have access to timely and comprehensive treatment options off-island. Also, in general patient care, redirecting funds into patient care services would allow us to invest in improved facilities, advanced medical equipment, additional healthcare personnel, all of which are vital to ensuring patient safety and enhancing quality of care that we provide. Savings could also help build capacity to develop resources that could lead to other patient benefits, such as finding ways to reduce out-of-pocket medication expenses. Passing the Senate bill will directly improve our capacity to serve the people of the Commonwealth. By supporting this legislation, you are advocating for a healthcare system that prioritizes patient safety, wellness, and access to essential medical services. These improvements will have lasting positive effect on the health outcomes of our community. Thank you for your consideration in this important bill. I urge you to vote in favor of this bill, number 2337, to support the well-being of our patients and strengthen healthcare services across the CNMI. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Doctor. The podium is open for public comments.
Half a day, good morning. My name is Lee Tenorio. I'm here on behalf of CHCC under the Executive Office of CEO Munya. Here to discuss, to share a letter of support in regards to Senate Bill 2337 to mandate the CUC to change the power, water, and wastewater rate from the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation to commercial and for other purposes. Good morning, Honorable Speaker and members of this prestigious body, especially Chairman O'Don and PUTC committee members. This letter is being written to provide comments regarding SB 2337, a critical piece of legislation aimed at addressing the utility rates impacting the CNMI's CNMI's public provider healthcare system, the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation, or CHCC. The bill would allow CHCC to deliver essential medical and public health services as the largest healthcare provider without the direct burden of government utility rates. As CHCC continues to assure for life-saving, quality, and sustainable services within a lean budget and a cost reimbursement financial structure, this bill presents a very timely opportunity for immediate solution. CHCC is in full agreement with the findings stated in the bill, and the proposed application of commercial electric, water, and wastewater rates will significantly help the only public hospital in the CNMI, its clinics, including Tinian and Rhoda Health Centers, as well as all outpatient specialty care services. The bill will also work to ensure balanced application of commercial rates to our health system, as currently we are the only healthcare provider being assessed government rates, while other medical providers, including private renal centers, are being fairly charged commercial rates. Since its inception in 2011, the CHCC, as an independent public entity, has not received a significant portion of its operations cash from the CNMI public funds. Meanwhile, CHCC operates within such limitations to ensure its provision of integrated medical and public health services while being mandated to pay government utility rates. This has placed undue financial burden and complex hardships on the CNMI's safety net healthcare organization. SB 2337 proposes much needed reform to the utility rate application for CHCC and relief, as we are unequivocally dedicated to delivering comprehensive, accessible, and affordable healthcare services to the people of the CNMI, regardless of one's ability to pay. The bill will ultimately offer a path towards a more leveled utility rate framework with parity for all CNMI health providers, making the legislation a fair and impactful endeavor. I appreciate the opportunity to provide comments, and thank you for your time and consideration. CHCC looks forward to your positive action in addressing this critical issue. Jesus Masias and Kilisao. I will be submitting this as an official submission.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tenorio. The podium is still open for public comments.
right, there you go. Buenos dias, everyone. The speaker and everyone else in here, leaders. Good morning. Again, my name is Fabian Indalecio. I'm representing myself. Hopefully, on behalf of the people, too, for what I'm about to say in regards to the Senate bill that was, passed on down here at the House level for the 23-37 to lower, and it's indicating there that it's a mandate. I mean, wow. Can you imagine to mandate the CUC for the CHCC? I'm in support for that too, but let's not forget, leaders, the general public that are suffering. There's a petition going on that I guess is going to be presented here, and it's 2,000, and I believe it's probably there's more people out there that we missed out. Okay, how many of you guys in here have signed that petition? How many in here? Well, one over there already almost raised up her hand. Thank you very much. All right. And also, how many of you guys in here think the extreme high cost of the fuel adjustment charges is cheap for you? I mean, it's affecting everybody in here and the entire island. I don't see why I'm going to stand over here and impress you guys or convince you guys or persuade you guys, to somehow counter this also, add on the people. Let us piggyback on this Senate bill. We're forgetting the general public. It's a midterm already. Okay? People are thinking where you're at with them. You're the representative serving the people. And I'm not going to get too long on this. I think maybe perhaps you guys should look into independent audit for CUC. I don't believe CUC. I believe Candice. I told that to the governor. Okay, it's just very maybe perhaps you guys again. Let's not do independent audit for CUC. It's very high utility. I don't use aircon honestly, and I can afford it. But let me tell you, I signed that petition, and on behalf of the people, hopefully you guys are speaking for the people too. Yeah. Is CUC a non-profit or profit? You're just killing the people out there. It is a monopoly, I believe. All right. So let's not forget Tinian and Rota. There's a representative in here from that island. Don't forget them too. I shouldn't be, and I do remember them. Don't forget the general public. If you don't reduce the FAC fuel adjustment charges or demand at least the CUC, Commonwealth, what is that? The Commonwealth Utility Corps to look at the cost for the fuel, everything. Have it audited and see if it's in fact parallel to what we're paying in. I went outside twice because it's cold in here. Please don't raise the tax. It's cold in here. That's why I don't want to run for precinct 1. All right. So thank you, everybody. And please help the public out there, not just CHCC. We need to piggyback. Hold on to this bill. Hopefully you can counter it with the Senate and let them know that you're forgetting the general public too. Okay, if I don't end up at CHCC, maybe it's more comfortable over there. It's comfortable in here. I don't know. It's cold in here. Bye-bye. You just must say.
Thank you, Mr. Indalecio. The podium's still open.
Buenos días, Honorable Speaker. Con respeto, Honorable Congresos and Congresa. And good morning to the general public. Let me first state my first statement in English so that perhaps my good doctor here could understand that I am fully support the intention or the asking that Health Corp, CHC, to be given with commercial rate. They really needed it. A few months ago, I was recommended to go on a referral for heart operation. And guess what? CHCC told me that we cannot send you because we don't have money. Perhaps the savings from electrical charges to CHCC could augment and give medical referral some breathing so that our sick people can be sent off island. And Doc, thank you for your comment here. And I want you to know that I am fully supporting the intention of this Senate bill to turn CHCC into a commercial rate. Now let me speak in my vernacular tongue. Si Diyos masi, con respeto. Ati ti public kwa, na todo hamzo ni man matatatang ini con respeto. Ang parewida, manila fefekta nisti presente na sistema gi CUC. Ugasta 7 años ginilalao matoto gi CUC as special advisor to the executive director, the late Ramon Comoy. Gano na tempo, ay titagini, pago. Por ejemplo, surcharge. Apa na pong fan surcharge? Apa na para publiko o responsabilidad po apa CG is CUC. This is a Grand Pledge Agreement na ma-violate the federal law. Apa na hamzo, the anesthesia. Apa na patayita mapasin na fine. Surcharge. Sir, madam, basta madam look, magang madam charts. Diyan ginumisaw na hago na pasi sa mo. Tiyahi, tihago. Nasuzo talo sa truno na problema. Hago miso sa gwad pa ba mapreso sa miso. Tamano no. Ang lati na CUC. CUC o apasi inila China. Ti para i-generat publiko para o inapasi. Iisaw niya. Tuloy na lamitagi todo sa doon empleo. Gagawin niya sa doon niya sa kinamzo. Tamanon no? Isiya na sa gwaho kumahulo. Kung ko natin mandadagis ti kumahulo na sasangan ni problema. Sofa, honesto, na alili problema ni mafafana publiko da atungo na tidinansi. Puso gogogo hamzo con respeto ni man magas. Por favor na dinansi. Ay tilelekta puno siyusi. Ay mga por favor. Lo na balansya. Na balansya. Safa, finenina, i-ottimo nagwa aksa dan seddo. I-federat, si Dos Masigas Kongresong Kilili, nagagadi 3 años, ni pro maaksa ulo, esta kimano gi presenti, 7 pesos 55 centimos gi ora. Por favor. Tamano man lola siya tauto. Por favor, falmaose. Sa man sa tsaflik. Kumagagi mo niya amigo, benatogi gwini so sa nganam so. na aniatan todo di offer sotonya humano na pare dunya health insurance safa sa po sinyo maposi isiyusi ikaretanya dan gimanya ti estina klasin experiencia itauto para ma-experiencia nila la esti kada dia ay ti pagwa zagupas sa maulik ay esta ki mano ne mafamaulik ne sinya mo maulik ti sinya sti baba maulik zangin ti mafamaulik hamza manutridat stigi gagi ifesa gwini hamzo manutridat tilele ko puno lo por favor ko siyam jo man matotso jin seda hafata mano ni pro uma arregla cosa que todo ufanya tsali gi ottimo moine kado watano da tsumaligzo un muzo izo safa sa puputiao posanowa congreso honorable con respeto o gagawamzo na zodazi itautaw sa manna masi si Dios masi dyan buenos días.
Jesus Masi, Mr. Tenorio. The podium is still open. Please state your name and the entity you
Sa
represent.
ka naman yung kizo.
Ah,
Kana mapeso zo sa kisi papit. Joke.
Buenos dias, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Representatives of the People for the People. My name is Candice Nicole Yangaro Muña, and today I am representing Kanay Comunidad. It's a grassroots, nonpartisan organization, and the first mission that we have right now is to make life better for the people, help lower the FAC, fuel adjustment charge, for the people. I'd like to begin by saying that I am in full support of Senate Bill 23-37. At my last public comment, I did mention about the hospital and how the exorbitant hospital fees and penalties, arrears and penalties, do take away to the critical services that the people are in much need and must rely on. Today, I am not here to talk about what happened to me over the past weeks, although I will mention that I did speak up for the people, and as a result, I was retaliated against. I was the recipient of political retaliation. And I just want to let you know and inform you that this is why our people are too afraid to speak up, because for many years, our people have been silenced and suppressed from the very institution that is supposed to protect the people and to encourage the people to speak up and share. However, I truly love and care for our people, as I know you do too. And that's why you are here. You are here because you love your community. You love our people too. And I spoke up not because I dislike anyone in CUC. In fact, I came there with the most respect. However, during my time there, my short 6 months there, I saw how much was being spent. And then I also saw how much our community was suffering. I will also mention that since I spoke up, many people have come to me and they've told me their stories. And so here I am, just a messenger. So everyone in the community, don't shoot the messenger here, okay? I'm speaking for the recipients of the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LEAP, who must be connected to Nighthawk, they must pay a fee for that, and they're already disadvantaged and vulnerable. And they're also being charged late fees because of the time in which LEAP pays their CUC bill. CUC is charging them late fees. I believe the late fee is $150. And that just hurts my heart because our disadvantaged people should not have to pay CUC's late fees. As a CUC grant writer, I made a good salary. Out of transparency, I made $50,970 per annum to write grants. Now, I put in the work and the hard work, but I also saw people within CUC, kind of taking advantage of government time and going on long lunches and, those types of things. Why do I have to be the whistleblower for that? Everybody already knows that. But I mean, it's just not fair. It's just not fair when our people are still making minimum wage and we're promised. And some of these CUC employees, they worked there for many decades, for over 10 years, 20, 30 years, and they were promised by their managers pay raises. But now they're still making $17,000 a year. How is that even acceptable in 2024? CUC has a lot of money. There are contracts. We pay millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, making our vendors richer, but our people are getting poorer. The sick, disabled, bedridden, and elderly population who struggle to make ends meet, if they don't make their bills on time, they are disconnected. Where is the care? Where is the respect for our elderly and our sick people? Our CNMI population, we're 38% or more disadvantaged since 2020's US Census. Many of our people are living at or below the federal poverty level. And, that's why, because even though I made what I made as a grant writer, I also have been there where our people are at. The many people, the customers who are talking about the $7 customer service surcharge, but when they go in, they're not getting the right customer service. They're being made to run around in circles, and they're not being helped. And I'm not going to blame the people down in customer service because it's coming from the top. They're just taking orders, even from billing. Customers who are not given enough time to pay their bills. I've heard stories where there are customers who go in to pay their bill. They're not even given a whole month. They're given 2 weeks or not even enough notice. And once they go in, they're talking to a customer service representative. In the meantime, someone from CUC is disconnecting their power. And they're begging, please don't disconnect my power. But they don't listen to them. And they're being put into this type of financial hardship and debt. I met people working on minimum wage who owe CUC hundreds and thousands of dollars every single month. For me, working from the inside and seeing the exorbitant spending, for me, that's not fair, and it requires an audit, a thorough audit investigation. A widow, after her late husband's passing, CUC came in and changed her meter, even though they didn't have to. And afterward, she was charged $33,000. $33,000 after her husband died. And for 5 years, she's been fighting this with CUC. She had to get a lawyer to help her, to advocate for her. But it's still not right. The situation was still not made right. I feel for her because no one after their husband dies should have an unjustifiable charge placed on their bills, especially when they cannot say, oh, this is your electrical usage, When they cannot justify that, they cannot charge it. I just think that's unacceptable for our people to go through these things. And another LIAP recipient who's on oxygen and she's being charged and she can't afford those charges. And it's like, why is CUC causing so much hardship for our people? Our people are so stressed out. And I feel for our people who have high blood, because when they go into CUC and their blood pressure just keeps increasing because they're not helped. So I'm coming here today because we love our people. I know you love them just so as much, and that's why you're here. And I urge you and I ask for you to help us look into why. Why is CUC doing this to our people? Let's try and let's try and investigate where's all this money going to. We need to see how we can make a change, because our people are suffering and they're struggling. And enough is enough, because we all know that CUC's been doing this for many, many years. I thank you so much for listening to my public comment, and I thank you for the service that you do for our people. And I wish you all the best of luck in the upcoming election. And I also ask that if you can commit to this today, either within your heart or with a show of hands, that you want to do something to help rectify this issue for the betterment of our people, I really would appreciate that. And again, God bless all of those who prioritize this issue. Again, thank you. Sizos Maasi Hiliso.
Thank you, Ms. Munya. Thank you, Ms. Munya. The podium's still open.
Good morning, distinguished members of the legislature and fellow community members. My name is Dina Tenorio, and I am here today as a concerned resident of the Sinamay, speaking in support of myself and the new organization, Kanay Comunidad, a grassroots organization committed to advocating for transparency, accountability, and fairness in our island. Like many of you, I have been affected by high and unpredictable utility rates imposed by Commonwealth Utility Corporation, CUC. Kanay Comunidad was formed with the goal of demanding greater transparency from CUC, especially regarding how rates are set and how public funds are managed. The struggles I face are shared by many in our community. We are just not talking about individual hardships. This is a collective issue. When residents are paying some of the highest utility rates in the United States without any clear explanation or justification, it is our right to demand answers. It is unacceptable that families, small businesses, and elderly residents are forced to bear the burden of this excessive cost while transparency remains elusive. The data speaks for itself. In August 2021, the Fuel Adjustment Charge, FAC, exemption was introduced with the intention of using tax revenue to ease the burden on ratepayers. Yet by mid-2022, it became clear that the FAC charge were not being managed effectively. The ratepayers seeing increase of nearly 20% in their bills, despite repeated requests from lawmakers for detailed reports on the management of FAC funds. CUC has failed to provide transparency. In January 2023, further concerns were raised regarding CUC's handling of special accounts and their lack of clear communication with the public. Even these calls for accountability, ratepayers have continued to experience unexplained fluctuation in their bills, creating ongoing uncertainty for families and businesses alike. Our petition, which has garnered significant support, calls for a thorough, independent audit of CUC's finance and practices. This includes a closer look at the FAC charges, which often doubles our bills. It's time for CUC to be held accountable to the people it serves. Every resident deserves access to affordable, reliable utility and use, and this issues is fundamentally about fairness. I urge our lawmakers to take these concerns seriously. It's time to stand up for our community and ensure that no more families are pushed into financial hardships just to keep their lights on. Let's ensure that CUC operates with transparency and accountability that the people of the Sinamay deserves. Thank you for your time, and I believe that together we can make meaningful differences in our island. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tenorio. The podium's still open.
Hello, my name is Annalie Villagomez. I wasn't supposed to go up here, but I decided to just share my part where I went canvassing the areas. I'm nervous. I was in Cobbler, I was in Garapan, I was in a lot of places. I go to stores and I also go to restaurants. And then I just ask people if they'd like to support the petition to lower the rates for CUC. And the many stories that I hear, it's extremely, it's really sad. Some do not understand why the rates fluctuate. Some do not understand why they're charged for water that's spewing out of a pipe. They pay for that when it's not their fault. Many businesses do not understand why they would turn off their air conditioning units, yet they have like over $1,000 to pay. I also want to bring up the part where there was this investigation with CUC, and people are thinking that it has died. Well, we don't know that. So I believe that with CUC delaying a lot of things, and of course they're going to not cooperate. I believe in that. They're doing it with Candace. And so I'm hoping that this pursues, and I hope that it comes to an end where CUC can stop disappointing a lot of us. My mom, I'm doing this for my mom, because when we're going to have breakfast and we bring up CUC, it becomes like a very hard breakfast because CUC is upsetting her. So anyway, it's just, I know I have a lot to say, but my gosh, I think you guys all know that CUC is a lot of issues with explaining to the people. My mom will go in there and they're not able to explain why her bill is the way it is. And a lot of other people tell me the same thing. The one person that I really respect said that, is it really to reduce the rate or is it the customer service? So I don't know. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Villagomez. Podium's still open.
Morning, everyone. Keith Edder, Kanay Comunidad. All testimonies that you've heard earlier, okay? Imagine their frustrations and disappointment with everything. Imagine the hundreds of people that feel the same way, okay? In our petition, we've managed to pull almost 2,000 signatures in a matter of days, right? That's how many people that are really angry about all these charges. So my question to you guys, What will it take for this body to bring CUC in, put them on the table so that we, the people, can ask the hard questions? We, the people, want to know how they calculate all that FAC. We want to know where all these charges are coming from. We want to know their math, because for over 20 years, they won't give one explanation. You guys are the only ones that can bring them in, okay? Do not look at us as just a handful of people right now, okay? Look at the hundreds behind us. What number is acceptable to you guys? We got almost 2,000. 3,000? Is that what you guys want? 4,000. What if we get you guys 4,000 signatures by Tuesday? Okay? Will you bring them in? That's my question. Who wants to champion this cause? I want to see one of you guys step up. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Adda. Podium still open.
Gentiro. My name is Ted De Leon Guerrero. Dispensa is Okuza Kanan. My voice is too much speaking. Anyway, I'm in support with 23-37 to kind of help CACC with their commercial rate. You know, so I see firsthand, because I used to be formerly the office in charge for the medical referral in Guam. You know, they need every penny they can, you know, and this will help them too as well. I didn't anticipate to speak here, but when I find out that we're here, you know, I like to support that. Also, the group here, all they want is answer. Why is the rate, you know, high? That's it, a simple question. You know, because is it the shipping cost? I don't know. Is it because of subsidizing the government? We don't know. Are we paying, you know, other entity? We don't know. That's all they're asking for. Very simple question. Why is the rate so high? You know, I've been disconnected. I had to pay $140, but you know what? It's my fault, right? So I had to pay. The only thing I really like is to at least reduce the disconnection fee, you know, because this is very expensive. In Guam, when you get disconnected, it's only $20 to reconnect. Why is it $140 or something like that? So there's a lot of big questions. I know money is tight, money is hard, you know, for everybody in the, you know, even for COC, you know, they have to pay their staffs and employees and the gas and whatever. But all they're asking is questions. Kind of, you know, explain to the public, where did you get that round figure of the highest rate for our power bill? You know, very simple. If they can explain to us, we the public can understand. You know, and if it's going to subsidize the administration or CACC or public school system, you know what? Let us, you know, talk to us so that way we can feel a little bit better, rather than trying to think in our mind, you know, are there somebody is making money or off? Because, you know, we don't like to do that. We want to know some answers. Just explain to us, and the people will decide, right? Thank you, Susan Masi. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. De Leon Guerrero. The podium is still open for public comments. Are we good? Okay, looks like there's nothing further under public comments, and we thank you for the public comments. We now move down to item number 3, adoption of journals, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item 3, adoption of journals, we have 2 items ready for House action. First one is second day, 4th regular session journal dated August 30, 2024, and third day, 4th regular session journal dated September 24, 2024.
Thank you, clerk. With that, I'd like to recognize the floor leader for the adoption of journals. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move for the adoption of the second day, fourth regular session journal dated August 30, 2024, and the third day, fourth regular session journal dated for September 24, 2024. So moved.
I apologize. Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the adoption of the journals mentioned, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay, all in favor to adopt the journals, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Journals are hereby adopted. We now move down to item number 4, introduction of bills. I recognize myself. Introducing House Bill number 23-120 to impose a 3% surtax on gross revenues derived from non-residential construction projects that cost $350,000 or more. Pre-filed by myself and Representative Attal, and is open for any further signatures. Are there any other unnumbered bills that did not make the 72 hours? Recognize Representative Julie Ogle.
Thank you, Speaker. I would like to officially introduce a unnumbered bill for an act to require the municipality of Rhoda and the municipality of Tinian the option to reserve at least 100,000 of the funds provided to each municipality under 4 CMC subsection 2159 for fee agreements made between the United States and their respective municipalities for additional expanded United States Customs and Border Protection Services. Speaker, may I continue? Okay. I just wanted to explain the purpose of this bill. As you are aware, Star Marinas has put out in the media that they will be discontinuing the air route from Rhoda to Guam because of the CBP, which is the Customs and Border Protection Services issue. Currently, right now, CBP is charging the municipality of Rhoda about $8,000 a month to send a CBP down to Rhoda to clear passengers out of Rhoda to Guam. Right now, the municipality is in need of funds. So with this bill, the intent of this bill is to tap into the HUD tax that was allocated to Rhoda, the first senatorial district. In the meantime, until such time where there's a passenger or a scheduled flight out of the first senatorial district. With that said, Speaker, thank you.
Thank you. Any further bills, unnumbered bills that did not make the House bills, please? House bills. Okay, looks like there's nothing further. And with that, I'd like to recognize the floor leader for the suspension of rules to place both bills on calendar.
2120, okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend Rule 9, Section 8, referral of bills and resolutions to place House Bill number 23-120 to impose a 3% surtax on gross revenues derived from non-residential construction on projects that cost $350,000 or more on today's bill calendar. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made to place House Bill number 23-120 on today's bill calendar and has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay. All in favor for the motion, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move to suspend Rule 9, Section 8, referral of bills and resolutions to place House Bill number 23-121 to require the municipality of Rhoda and the municipality of Tinian the option to reserve at least $100,000 of the funds provided to each
Mr.
municipality.
Speaker, point of clarification, that's a House bill. We don't need to suspend the rules for that bill.
Say that again.
It's a House bill,
Yes.
so we don't need to suspend the referral legislation in regards to local appropriations.
This is House Bill
23-121. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you.
So clarified? Okay. Proceed, floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. to reserve at least $100,000 of the funds provided to each municipality under 4 CMC, Section 2159 for fee agreements made between the United States and the respective municipalities for additional or expanded United States Customs and Border Protection services on today's bill calendar. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the suspension of Rule 9, Section 8 regarding House Bill 23-121, and it has been seconded. Any discussions?
Mr.
Ready?
Speaker.
Recognize Leader San Nicolas.
Mr. Speaker, this bill from Rep. Julie, should this bill be referred to the proper committee to be vetted out? And this is a first and final. I mean, it's.
Can I call for a quick recess?
Yeah.
Quick recess. Rise back to session. Before we went to recess, we were under discussion regarding House Bill 121. Any further discussions?
Ready?
Yeah. Okay, ready? All in favor for the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you. And with that, we now move down to House local bills. And before we do, I'd like to recognize the floor leader for suspension of rules.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move for the suspension of Rule 8, Section 1, which triggers all appropriation bills, including local appropriation bills, shall be referred to the House Committee on Ways and Means. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the suspension of Rule 8, Section 1, and it has been seconded. Any discussions?
Ready?
Ready? All in favor for the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. And I now recognize Representative Patrick San Nicolas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is to introduce House Local Bill 23-66 is to appropriate $60,000 from revenues collected from poker fees in the second senatorial district and for other purposes. Pre-filed by myself, Mr. Speaker, and I yield.
Thank you. I thought you were going to welcome co-sponsors. Thank you. Any further? Recognize Representative Atto.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Formally introducing to the House Local Bill 23-67 to reappropriate funds under Saipan Local Law 20-04 and Saipan Local Law 20-26 and for other purposes. Mr. Speaker, I'd like to thank the floor leader for making the motion that we suspend the rules so that these legislations can go to their respective delegations to address pressing issues. I know that this specific legislation will be addressing the shortage of the Legislative Bureau in regards to their operations and potentially some of the personnel. And I know the Tinian local bill will be addressing some assistance to our HMP program as well. So thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative Atto. Any further or any more? All right, looks like there's nothing further. We now move down to item number 5, introduction of resolutions. Any resolutions to be introduced today? Okay, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have an unnumbered House resolution here. A House resolution to recognize and commend Mr. Lino Tenorio for his invaluable contributions to the Sinamay and Guam communities through his lifelong dedication to sharing his knowledge and experiences in bottom fishing. This is introduced by myself, but I'd like to ask if we could introduce as a committee of the whole.
Thank you, floor leader. And with that, with no objection, House resolution, your House resolution recognizing Mr. Lino Tenorio is hereby introduced by the committee of the whole and will be placed on calendar, but will not be acted on in today's session. Thank you. Any further under resolutions? Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have another House resolution unnumbered. This House resolution is to commend Tasi Table for its contributions to youth engagement, environmental protection, and community mental health, and to recognize its efforts in fostering sustainable fishing practices and boating safety in the Commonwealth. Introduced by myself, and I again ask if this would be, if my colleagues would agree to introduce this as a committee of the whole. Thank you.
Thank you, floor leader. And with that, your House resolution recognizing Tasi Table is now hereby introduced by the committee of the whole and will be placed on today's calendar, but action for the next session. Any further under resolutions? Ready? Can I ask for a quick recess? Quick recess.
All right, folks. Well, we're waiting for them, just showing you a little live look at what it looks like outside here in Oleai right now. Is that wind and rain are whipping up a little bit out here, and you can see the reflection off the glass because I've got the camera inside just to make sure it stays nice and happy. But it is blowing around. I'm watching though on the other screen and seeing as the folks are making their way back into the House chamber. Floor leader just sat down, so probably about to start like just about any minute now, or any second now. But Fabian had his comments earlier, and he's not too far off. Look at all of the folks, you'll see him in a little bit, wearing jackets, wearing coats inside the House chamber because the air conditioning is so...
Before we went on recess, we were on under introduction of resolutions. And there were two resolutions introduced by the floor leader. And those resolutions are placed on today's resolution calendar, but will be acted on the next session. We now move down to messages from the governor, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item 6, messages from the governor, we have Governor's Communication 23-130 to 23-136.
Thank you, clerk. Any discussions under, I recognize Representative Patrick San Nicolas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the people of Tinian, I want to extend appreciation and thanks to Governor Palacios for signing House Local Bill 23-64D1 into law, as well as House Local Bill 23-63D1, and became Tinian Local Law 23-16 and 23-17. And that will be all, Mr. Speaker. I yield for now.
Thank you, Leader San Nicolas. Any further under messages from the governor? Ready? Okay, thank you. We now move down to Senate communications, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Under item 7, Senate Communications, we have Senate Communications 23-122 to 23-126.
Thank you, clerk, and I recognize the floor leader for the motion to accept.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that the House accept Senate Communications 23-122 through 23-126 so that it becomes the property of the House. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made to accept Senate communications, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All in favor to accept, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Any discussions under Senate communications? Ready? Okay, thank you, colleagues. We now move down to item number 8, House Communications, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Under item 8, House Communications, we have House Communications 23-156 through 23-158.
Thank you, clerk. Any discussions under House Communications? Ready? Okay, thank you. We now move down to item number 9, Communications from the Judicial Branch. None. We now move down to item number 10, Communications from Departments and Agencies, and I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item 10, Communications from Department and Agencies, we have 2 items, Department and Agency Communication 2325 and Department Agency Communication 2326.
Thank you, clerk. Any discussions under Communications from Departments and Agencies? Ready? Okay, under Department and Agency Communication 23-25. This will be referred to the Committee on NR. This is regarding the Mariana Elan Corporation lease for the former Mariana's Resort and Spa property. And with nothing further, we now move down to item 11, Miscellaneous Communications. I recognize the clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under item 11, Miscellaneous Communications, we have several. Miscellaneous Communications 2392, 93, 94, and 95, and added Miscellaneous Communication 23-96.
Thank you, clerk. Any discussions under Miscellaneous Communications? Ready? Okay, under Miscellaneous Communication 23-96, I'll just refer this to the Committee on PUTC for their review if they like, and for information purposes. Thank you. We now move down to item number 12, Reports of Standing Committees. We have none. We now move down to item number 13, Reports of Special and Conference Committees, and I recognize the clerk. Thank you, Clerk. I now recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to adopt Conference Committee Report number 23-4 on House Bill number 2397, Senate Draft 1, to amend certain provisions of the Commonwealth Public Utilities Commission Act of 2006 and for other purposes. The Conference Committee recommends passage of this bill in form of House Bill 2397, Senate Draft 1, CCS 1. So moved.
Can I get a second? Okay, thank you. A motion has been made by the floor leader to adopt Conference Committee Report 23-4, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay. With that, Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Fadat? Yes. Representative Valdon? Yes. Representative Fatal?
Yes.
Representative Angela Komatsu?
Yes.
Representative Diego Komatsu?
Yes.
Representative Joel Komatsu?
Good.
Representative Vicente Komatsu?
Yes.
Representative Castro?
Good.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Glotnia?
Yes.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Good.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Zablan?
Good.
Representative Nicolas?
Yes.
Representative Yanktamine?
Aware.
Representative Yumo? Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all 19 members present voting yes, Conference Committee Report number 23-4 is hereby adopted. Thank you, colleagues. And with nothing further, we now move down to unfinished business. We have none. We move to item number 15, resolution calendar, which we have two, but we can't act on it. So we'll now move forward to the bill calendar. And with that, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, one, if we can. Thank you.
Quick recess. Rise back from recess, rise back to session. Before we went on recess, we just started on item number 16, bill calendar, and the floor leader has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend Rule 7, Section 9, Committee Reports and Other Documents, and Rule 9, Section 9 and 10. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made to suspend Rule 7, Section 9, and Rule 9, Sections 9 and 10, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? All in favor, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move for passage on first and final reading, Senate Bill 2337, Senate Draft 1, a bill for an act to mandate the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation to change the power, water, and wastewater rate for the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation to commercial rate and for other purposes. So moved.
Thank you, floor leader. A motion has been made for the passage of Senate Bill 23-37, Senate Draft 1, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? I recognize Chairman Aldan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and colleagues. Can we change this to add what we were discussing in the?
Yes, we can. Under discussion, you can put up a discussion, or you can move to amend the bill.
To amend it?
Yeah.
So can we?
Would you like a quick recess?
Yes.
Okay, quick recess.
And then they've also got an amazing cheesecake that they've been working on. All theirs from scratch. Their master chef. Go check out their plate of the day. Outstanding. Again, nothing dry about it. It was some of the juiciest turkey, some great mashed potatoes with gravy, stuffing, cranberry, squash or pumpkin. Oof. Call it the holiday plate. I didn't know what I was in store for. I didn't even ask. When I opened it up when I got back here, I'm ready to take a little nap. Go check out the shack. Their plate of the day for lunch. Outstanding. I would show you what we ate from there, but there is not a bite left. Although there is some of the cheesecake, I could show you that. But that's the live look of the weather outside right now, just to give you an idea. So if you've got stuff around the house that needs to be tied down, definitely do it. It's only going to get progressively stronger as the day goes on. Today and tomorrow, looking at gusts as high as 37. Could go a little bit higher. And Sunday it's supposed to calm down a little bit, but it's still going to be blowing around. So again, if you've got stuff that could be tied down at home, make that one of your priorities. We'll continue to bring you the live weather, not leather, that's a different kind of podcast. But we'll continue to bring you the live weather updates as they become available. If the situation takes a turn, we'll reach out to National Weather Service and get them on, and we'll do an interview with you guys as well. Of course, as we mentioned, and we had him on the show yesterday in person, we had him on the phone today, but meteorologist Landon Eglett is in Saipan. He's here, and we'll see if his flight doesn't get delayed. He'll be leaving tomorrow. If it does get delayed, we'll try and get more. It'll be because this thing takes a little bit more of a turn, and we'll try and get an update from them about that. See if we can't give you a live look at that too.
Langalangalag sa senakaranong anggok na angge.
Hello.
I'm so hungry. Oh, that looked delicious. I stayed home to do my reports this morning because my sessions didn't start until later. And then, yeah, but I didn't even eat when I was at home because I had to finish a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway,
Where are you now?
I'm back in this kitchen.
Oh, that's a good spot to be.
I know. Like I have a 12:30 session, which I'm already looking for. So, but
Well,
that's
I'm savoring each little bite of this cheesecake.
Oh man, babe, seriously, save me some.
I bought a whole piece just for you.
Okay. Did you get me some lunch too?
No.
$7.
Oh my God, it is so gone. I ate every bite. I was gonna start slow, and when you said that you weren't gonna be here, I'm like, oh, I gotta eat. So it was amazing, so good. Like I had no idea when they said it was a holiday plate. I didn't know what it was gonna be. I just said yes, and I got back and I saw all that. It was just so good for $7.
I know. How can you not think of me when it's only $7?
Oh, I could have. And where are you?
I'm again by the Shell station now.
Yeah, but you're going to something, right?
I'm going to Brilliant Star.
Yeah, so you're not even going in the right direction. You wouldn't want to heat that up later anyway.
I would heat anything I just eat.
You don't even like turkey. You said it's too dry.
I like you.
Anyway, it was
You know
awesome.
what I do. Keep the cake. Keep the cake.
This cake is so good. That is so good.
Well, shit. I am. It's raining so hard. Ugh.
Yeah, the guys from Last Shot Bar said they want to start talking about advertising again, which is great. And they also invite.
I was with Keone when you shared his information.
Oh.
And because we were like, I was listening in the background. I was like, oh, Bear, watch this. It's like, Mom, no, everybody knows. I'm like, oh, don't worry. I shared it on Instagram too. It's like, what's wrong with what I said? It's like, nothing is wrong.
Nothing. It was awesome.
Yeah. Anyway,
It was just absolutely awesome.
Wasn't it such a Keone email?
And great grief.
And he said it twice.
I know.
Like, why are you in grief that you're not in school? You're the only person who would not be grieving. Your sister, oh my gosh. Okay, okay, never mind. She told me not to tell you. It's not even a big deal, but I was like, Mom.
What, that I guilted them into going to school?
No, okay, don't tell you something. So, when she's been having trouble with the boys again, and they're being jerks and whatnot. So we've had this mantra of like, boys stink and they're jerks and they suck, So we say it before she goes to school. But lately she's been adding like, and Keone, I'm like, stop it. Your brother is the best, And she gets out of the car and she slips this morning.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, like she's by the parking lot, what do they call it, the bumper? And she like just wiped out. And so she comes back to the car. I'm like, oh my gosh. She goes, what does that look like, Dad? I'm like, well, why? She's like, because you would be laughing like crazy right now. So embarrassment and pain. I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, Mom, come on. I'm like, yes, that's right. Guys are jerks. And so I was guessing she had her DNA out when, kids in the car yesterday they have DNA. So she had something to change it to. But like this is at 7:40 in the morning.
Oh.
Why is that? I'm like, dude, I felt so bad. She didn't have any injuries, but
Just her pride.
I'm so glad it's not dad.
I would have laughed.
Yeah. God, you're a jerk. Anyway. I'm sure she had something to do with her mind about the jerk, but,
Of
I
course.
support my daughter.
Me too. Oh, man. Well, it's funny. I have a different little setup over here. I haven't been able to get out of here all day. I'm restreaming the house session that's going on right now because somebody messaged me about it. And then, so I'm doing it. It's those guys from the Last Shot. They sent me all this info, like somebody said this is gonna happen, blah, 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 right? And then they invited me over for day drinking. I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I can hang. They're like, no.
And then, sorry, tell me more later. I'm here at the place and I'm already late.
Love you.
Bye. Love you. Okay, love you. Bye. Bye, baby.
Bye, love you.
under bill calendar, under discussion for Senate Bill number 23-37, Senate Draft 1. And Representative Vincent O'Don has the floor. He's going to offer an amendment to the Senate bill, and I recognize Representative Vincent O'Don.
Thank you, Speaker. So I would like to have a motion to amend, to do a floor amendment, right, on the Senate. What's this? This Senate Bill number 2337, Senate Draft 1, in the form of SD1, HD1, right? Okay. Now, so the amendment that I wanted to add was Section 102. All late fees and penalties shall cease upon this act becoming law, provided this provision shall not be retroactive effectively. So what we're trying to do here is to ensure that once this bill becomes law, any late fees or any late penalties that would stop, period. CUC will not be able to charge, the hospital any more late fees or penalties when the governor signs this and becomes law. Now, how is that's where CHC and CUCC will come together and try to come up with an agreement to make a payment plan on the arrears, and that's that. And like the floor leader said, we do not want to be beholden, CUC and or CHCC on how to spend the arrears or the savings that they would, realize once you can go from government rate to commercial rate. So that would give them, like the floor leader said, room to breathe. Right. Can I get a second?
Okay, a floor amendment has been offered, has been seconded, but I'll recognize the legal counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In addition, the floor amendment will also include the deletion of the words after the word wastewater on the section 101. And it will also include the deletion of the original section 102. Thank you.
Thank you. So a floor amendment has been offered and has been seconded. Any discussions on that amendment offered by all the language is all there on the screen for everybody to see? And with no further discussion, all in favor for the amendment offered by Representative Vincent O'Don, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Floor amendment is hereby adopted. And we now move back to the main motion of Senate Bill, Senate Bill 23-37, Senate Draft 1, House Draft 1. Recognize Representative Vincent O'Don.
So I just want to make clear again, as just to make sure that we're all on the same page, that the intent of this bill is to make sure that, the commercial rate is being applied to the hospital. So that way they're not drowning. Now, whatever savings that they realize, right, it will be up to them and CUC on how to make, another MOU of whatever that is that they gotta pay for the arrears. Okay, just wanted to make that clear. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative O'Don. Any further discussions under recognize the floor leader?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank our chairman also for putting that together so eloquently and for realizing that it's really, I'm grateful for your leadership and I thank you for looking at the bigger picture here. Colleagues, Speaker, Vice Speaker, and all of us know that we're not here to police CUC and CHC when it comes to what is owed. That those two agencies can work together and negotiate whatever the costs are and come to some agreement. And I think you were correct. If we allow them to do that, it's much better without any political interference on that part. So I thank you, Chairman, for that.
Thank you, Floor Leader. Any further discussions? Ready? Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Vata,
Yes.
Representative Valdan,
Yes.
Representative Fatal,
Yes.
Representative Angelo Komatsu,
Yes.
Representative Diego Komatsu,
Yes.
Representative Joel Komatsu,
Hunggan.
Representative Vicente Komatsu,
Yes.
Representative Castro,
Hunggan.
Representative Joseph Flores,
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores,
Yes.
Representative Gloria,
Yes.
Representative Vogel,
Yes.
Representative Omar,
Hunggan.
Representative Probst,
Yes.
Representative Sablan,
Hunggan.
Representative Nicolas, Representative Yang Tamay,
Aware.
Representative Yumo. Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all 19 members present voting yes, Senate Bill number 23-37, Senate Draft 1, House Draft 1 hereby passes the House. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move, I move to suspend Rule 7, Section 9, Committee Reports and Other Documents, and Rule 9, Section 9 and 10. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made by the Floor Leader to suspend Rule 7, Section 9, and Rule 9, Sections 9 and 10, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? Ready? Okay, all in favor for the motion, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Floor Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I now move for passage on first and final reading, House Bill 23-120, a bill for an act to impose a 3% surtax on gross revenues derived from non-residential construction projects that cost $350,000 or more. So moved.
Thank you, Floor Leader. A motion has been made for the passage of House Bill 23-120, and it has been seconded. Any discussions? I'd like to recognize myself. I'd like to offer a floor amendment, and if you pay attention to the screen on the walls, the floor amendment will show it's under, is that page 2, Council? Page 2, lines 10 down to 17. This is to include change orders. So this new bill regarding the construction tax clarifies language compared to the bill that's sitting on the governor's desk to make it clear that there's no retroactive application unless there's a change order, and the change order happens after the date mentioned in the bill, which is January 1st, 2025. So the language is there in the findings, and we also put it under section 102, which is on page, is that 5, Joe? It's the same language that's on the findings, but there's a section in the bill. Oh, there we go. There we go, page, or is it page? Section 102, Joe? There you go. That's page 5, yep, under section 102, line 10 to 17 as well. So moved. So offered. Second, okay. Any discussions?
Clarification, Mr.
Yes.
Speaker, is this similar to the bill that Chairman Yumo introduced?
It's similar to the bill Rep. Yumo introduced as amended by the Senate. This language, this bill, like I said, is just to further clarify that it doesn't apply retroactively unless there's a change order after the dates mentioned in the bill. So say, for example, if you're the contractor and you were awarded the contract in September 2024, this bill, should it become law, will not apply to you. But in the event that there's a change order that happens in January 2025, that's when it tags on.
Clarify, Mr.
Clarify?
Speaker.
Okay. Any other discussions? Ready? Okay, all in favor for the floor amendment offered by me, please say aye. All opposed, please say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. House Bill number 23-120 is now House Bill number 23-120, House Draft 1. And we're back to the main motion. Any further discussions? Ready? Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Fatat?
Yes.
Representative Faudon? Representative Fatal?
Yes.
Representative Angelo Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Diego Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Joel Camacho?
Good.
Representative Vicente Camacho?
Yes.
Representative Castro?
Ngan.
Representative Joseph Flores?
Yes.
Representative Marissa Flores?
Yes.
Representative Gloria?
No.
Representative Vogel?
Yes.
Representative Omar?
Hungan.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Sablan?
Ngan.
Representative Nicolas?
Hunggan.
Representative Yagdamay?
Our.
Representative Yumo? Mr. Speaker?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 18 members voted yes and 1 member voted no.
Thank you, clerk, with 18 members voting yes and 1 voting no. House Bill number 23-120, House Draft 1 hereby passes the House. Thank you, colleagues. And with nothing further under bill calendar, we now move down to item number 17, miscellaneous, and the floor is open. Recognize Representative Marissa Flores.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And thank you, colleagues, for allowing me some time to speak in this section of the agenda. I'd like to take this moment to formally welcome the Department of Interior, U.S. President Biden's representative to the CNMI. These discussions, which have taken place over the past 2 days, will be crucial to the future commitments by the United States government, as promised in the covenant, our political union with them. The United States guaranteed the people of the CNMI the right to express their wishes for self-government and independence and to exercise their inalienable right of self-determination. With the presidential election just weeks away, I hope that whatever Ms. Cantor takes away with her, I ask that she indeed paints an accurate picture of what the CNMI has become over the years and what the CNMI is today, a colonized territory of the United States of America. My people, our founding fathers, designed and crafted this covenant to ensure that the future of our Commonwealth is protected, not disposed of or taken advantage of. These elements are the reason why these discussions take place today. Today's geopolitical climate places the CNMI in a vulnerable position, leaving the Native people and all the people who call the CNMI home in a grave uncertainty. On behalf of my children, I understand what this means to me and their future, although I'm not sure or certain if the United States understands that. Ms. Cantor, I ask one thing. Please ensure that the U.S. government understands that we are taking these conversations seriously and understand our position in this union. Your visit is appreciated, and your understanding and promise to ensure our well-being, our homeland, will not be used as a force field or as a political pawn, but as partners in support of peace for the world. But I will remind you that my job as a citizen of the CNMI is to protect my home and the people of the CNMI and to uphold the integrity of the covenant in the highest regard. I'd also like to express my appreciation to every individual advocate for their bravery in advocating for a better, more transparent and accountable government. As mothers, daughters, fathers, and sons of our Commonwealth, we must protect those in our communities. And we at the 23rd Legislature have been working tirelessly to address these issues and to improve systemic failures that create more barriers than accessibility and transparency. Thank you. Have a nice weekend, and God bless us all.
Thank you, Representative Marissa Flores. I now recognize Representative Vincent Odan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So, I'm very happy that today, we had a lot of people coming in here and supporting the, Senate Bill 2337. And, at the same time concerning their, their worries and their question about, CUC's lack of or, unresponsive attitude towards the people's request for an explanation on how they come up with charges on their, on their utility bill. Well, it's also disappointing, on the other hand, that none of them has came up here to mention House Bill 2397, which, technically all the questions that they were asking, they should be referring to the commissioners, because that is the purpose and that was the reason why the commissioners were created, is to conduct oversight, to approve rates, to approve anything that CUC wants to do. It has to go through the commissioners. We technically in the House do not have to do oversight when the commissioners are intact. They are intact, they have a quorum, and that is their job. So if anybody's concerned about your utility rates and why it is so, then the commissioners have every right to hear your concern, and they have every right to go into CUC and do an audit financially, even desk audit or any kind of audit. That is the purpose of the commissioners. So, yes, if Mr. Adna says who's taking up the challenge, the commissioners are. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Aldan. Any further under miscellaneous? Recognize Representative Manny Castro.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just wanted to echo what was said by our Vice Chair of the PUTC. Yes, a lot of concerns were, the Chair of the PUTC, Rep. Aldan. A lot of concerns and comments were made this morning, and to our community, we feel you. Many of us are getting that same bill from CUC. For many of us, that's half our paycheck, if not more. But Chairman Aldan is correct. That is the role of the CPUC, to really regulate our utilities and communications agencies. And that's the missing link that has been missing for years. So House Bill 23-97 addresses that to help get them operational and to give them the teeth to really keep these agencies in check so that we can get the answers that we deserve. So thank you, Rep. Aldan, for your continued passion and commitment to making sure that these agencies operate efficiently and fair for the benefit of the public. In addition, thank you all for voting on the Senate Bill 23-37. Yes, it's going to save CHC, but we also have to be mindful that this actually just passes the cost back to the other payers, so other consumers. So yes, it's thank you for your support in this, but please continue to support the CPUC. That's the only way that we're going to get the efficiency that we deserve in our government agencies. Sisos Masi.
Thank you, Representative Manny Castro. Any further? Representative Marissa Flores.
Thank you, Speaker. And, I wrote my brief speech with the intent to, ensure that we are all part of this conversation. The limited time in which Ms. Cantor is here and those privy to this conversation not only places me at a disadvantage as a citizen, but not as a representative, but as a citizen, to take part in this conversation so that she really understands what it is that we're trying to do here. And the covenant is a binding live agreement. And there are areas here that she and the United States government must understand. Number one of the things that we need to ask for, in light of all of this other stuff that we agreed to this. Both the United States and the Commonwealth, our founding fathers agreed to that. We need help with the U.S. District Attorney's Office under Department of Justice. I'm not sure how many more conversations we need to have with them, but at this point, we have exhausted all remedies for any type of white-collar crime in the Commonwealth, and this has to stop. It continues every time the 23rd legislature and even the 22nd legislature have received the wrath from the people that we're not doing enough. But because we're trying at this moment to fix systemic injustices, and that wasn't purposeful. At the time, it was okay. It was correct. But moving forward, that's almost 40 some years later, it has to change. We have to do better. We have to improve our systems. And with the help of Ms. Cantor, she can have that conversation. We're not second-class citizens, but I'll tell you what, this relationship, they make us feel like that. I don't know about anyone else, but I do. I feel like a second-class citizen because we're giving up most of our land. Tinian, sorry, and I'm Rep. St. Nicholas, I apologize, but we're a commonwealth. We're not just, Tinian cannot stand alone. Rhoda cannot stand alone. The Saipan cannot stand alone. The Northern Islands cannot stand alone. This is a commonwealth. And for the love of God, I hope to God she takes this back because we need help under the Department of Justice to have our own district attorney to help us with this white-collar crime that keeps going on in the government. Our people need peace. Our people need justice. Our people need to finally turn the page and move on. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield.
Thank you, Representative Marissa Flores. Any further under miscellaneous? Ready? Okay, we now move down to item number 18, announcements. Any announcements? Recognize the floor leader.
I have an announcement. I would like us to wish a very happy birthday to Speaker Edmund Villagomez and to, of course, our very own Representative BJ Actao. Can we give them a big round of applause, please?
Sheraton. Thank you, everyone. Any further under announcements? Ready? Okay, move to adjournment. Floor lead, recognize Rep. Yanktamai.